So I've got this kind of forest Suzanne monkey head here. I've got a layer stripped bark, a layer of leaves, which are kind of like the hair, and then a layer of bark. So we can save the changes we make to every single object in our scene by clicking this Save My Layers button. But when you go to texture paint an object and then you click on the object mode button to go out of texture paint, or you click on the sculpt button to go to sculpt, your images for that particular object will also be automatically saved. Now this doesn't mean your file is saved, it just means that the changes to these images have been saved while you're using Blender, so your images don't get corrupted or messed up or you lose them or something. But if you want to save, you can just then go to File, Save As, pick a location such as your desktop, and as you see I've already got a tile up here, monkeytree.blend, and then just click this Save as Blender file. And then we can quit Blender, and here's our file here. If I click on it, then we'll see our monkey head here has been saved. Now if you open up your file and it looks like this, that's because the viewport shading is in solid mode, so you'll want to come here and click and either check material or just press Alt-Z. So if I hit T to bring up my tools, also no matter what mode you're in, if you click on the texture paint button, it will send you back into the proper shading too. So you can just click straight on that and get back to it. So what that did was save these layers internally to this blend file. That's convenient a lot of the times when you don't want to have separate files, separate image files, and then your Blender file. But sometimes you want to be able to edit your images externally or just have them in a separate file. So to do that, all we do is click this little folder icon here. And you'll see under here it says Save Images to a Folder instead of internally. So we click this, click the folder icon, choose a location where we want to save our images for that object or for anything else we create. And so I'm already on the desktop here. I'll click Create a New Directory and rename the folder Monkey Textures, and then click on it. So we're inside this folder, and we click Accept because this is the location we want. So we can click the little folder icon so we don't have to look at that anymore. And when we press Save My Layers, and if we go to the desktop where we created this folder, you'll see this Monkey Textures folder here, and then all of the layers belonging to this object. And that's pretty much it. You just, whenever you want to save your files externally, check mark this. And if at some point you no longer want them to save to a folder, just uncheck this. And when you click Save My Layers again, they'll go back to being packed into your file, and they'll be standalone from that folder. So ZeroBrush 1.5, if you click under the options, has a auto save layers. And what this will do is every time you go to edit an object and then you click on the sculpt button or the object mode button, it will always make sure and save any changes that you made to your layers. So this is typically a good idea to leave on, but if you find it's just getting too annoying to move in and out of texture paint mode and object and sculpt, if you're going back and forth a lot, you can press Q and turn off auto save layers, so that when you go to texture paint mode and then back to object mode, there will be no auto saving. And especially if you have a lot of layers on your object or they're very large resolution size, you might want to occasionally have that turned off.